And now, the moment you've been waiting for. This week's episode of ProPride TV with your host, David Jameson. Thank you. No, seriously. No, thank you. You're too kind. They're too kind, aren't they, Lazar? So kind. Anyway, David Jameson coming to you live today from Holly, Michigan. ProPride Industries, the home of the 3P Hitch. And we got another one. And I always say it's a barn burner, but actually we don't really have shit to talk about today, but it's going to be a fun one. So make sure you watch. And first, watch this.
The technology.
Welcome back again. This is David Jameson, and I'd like to make an announcement. A lady last week placed an order, and I've been walking on, what would you call it, Lazar? Cloud 9? I've been on Cloud 9 since. She referred to me, she wanted the 0% interest, and she referred to me as that crazy finance guy. I love it. Thank you so much. So now I guess, would it be affectionately known as that crazy finance guy? Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this episode. And if you share in a group, you get 2 entries in our up-and-coming Cinco de Mayo $2,000 spending spree. Well, actually, it's a raffle. You're going to get all kinds of good stuff. And if you already have some of it, or we can't fill $2,000 worth of product, you'll get it in credit here at ProPride Hitch or at our sister site, ProPride Marine. So a couple of things we're going to go over today. I want to talk a little bit about ProPride culture, and we're just going to go over some basics of what we have going on here at ProPride Hitch. So first off, we start with announcements. Did you happen to cue any rim shots in there? Okay, well anyway, so we're playing around, having a little bit more fun around here. So if you have any ideas on anything you'd like to see, you just let us know. And announcements, don't forget that we still have 0% till the end of the month. 0% financing for 18 months. Did you pop that up, Lazar? Yes, it is on the screen. So that ends next Friday, people. If you'd like to take advantage of 18 months, 0%, no interest, please jump on that right away. And I am not speaking out of school here. We are running out of product very quickly. I can see across the shop floor right now, we have 2 new CNC machines. We are trying to produce them as fast as possible. So if you need your 3P hitch, now is the time to get your order in. We have plenty of product, but it's going out as fast as we can make it. Raffle, that's on Cinco de Mayo, 5/5/21. It's okay to say Cinco. Can I use Spanish even though I'm not Spanish? Is that culturally appropriate? I'm not sure. So I'm going to Cinco de Mayo. Hopefully that's not something you're not supposed to do nowadays. We have new machines that I mentioned. And again, thank you to the lady that referred to me as that crazy finance guy. That made my day. Did you happen to cue it there again? There we go. So that brings us to questions. Any questions that I can answer, Lazar?
No, we got somebody going on their first trip with a 3P today.
Somebody's going on their first trip with their 3P. Who?
Justin.
See, he said something. I tried to repeat it, then he spoke again, so I just stopped speaking. So someone's going on their first trip today, and then what'd you mumble after that?
Justin Kelly.
Justin something. Kelly, I think he's saying. So anyway, as you can tell, I work on Lazar the best I can, people. And make sure you keep sending him emails. He loves it. He likes coffee, too. Seriously, he loves coffee. But so anyway, no questions? No questions. Then that brings us, we're moving along real fast. That brings us to Weather by Lazar. So as you can see, it's overcast today, a little bit chilly, but underneath there you can see that he has a polo, meaning if it gets too warm in that sweater, you can come back now, they've all seen him. If it gets too warm in that sweater, he can always tear it off, and he's got a polo underneath, sun's out, guns out. And like I always say, people dress for the job. They should dress, or basically they do dress for the job that they want. So now looking at him today, I think he kind of wants to be a part-time librarian and an Uber driver, but I'm not 100% sure. Can you pan back? He kind of liked that, didn't he? So a part-time librarian and an Uber driver. So if you think there's something else that we can add to this weather by Lazar, you just let us know. So that brings us now to the review, the weekly review here at ProPride TV. Hold on a second here. It was provided by Rick Sweet Emotion Tyler. And Rick Tyler said, we tow a 26-foot travel trailer and have had bad problems with high wind, especially crosswind. Since we upgraded to a ProPride 3P hitch, the trailer sway is now completely gone, says Rick Sweet Emotion Tyler. The hitch is built like a tank, and the customer service was great. We had to get a small replacement part, which they sent right away, and he would highly recommend it. Again, thank you, Rick Tyler. That is a very nice review, and we appreciate it, and we appreciate the love from our 3P on the outside, and that is ProPride people. See, we're full of puns and games here, people. Oh, we got a question? Oh, okay. How is his timing getting better? Was the timing good on that? You know, anyway, I don't mean to rip on Lazar, but it's kind of easy at times. So I went over dressing for the job you would like, and we went over that. So that brings us to the next point. I want to talk about ProPride culture a little bit, and they call me, probably I could be known as the crazy sign guy. I'm the guy that hangs quotes all over the offices, and I want to share a couple of them with you that we have on the wall right in the corporate offices over here. This is probably our favorite. Lazar's going to bring it out for you. And it is by Lou Holtz. Don't tell me how rocky the sea is, just bring the darn ship in. That's one of the ways that we think here, and that's one of our ideals. We don't, like I think it was Patton said, even if it is your fault or it isn't your fault, do not make excuses. We do not pass around excuses. We bring the darn ship in. And this is a real nice one by Pat Williams. He was an NBA general manager and vice president, and I can't remember, do you remember what team?
I couldn't tell you. It was before my time.
It was before his time, but I would think the time he spends in a library, he would know those things, but he does not. You know when you're anyway.
In Starbucks.
Oh, okay, in Starbucks. So winners versus losers. When a winner makes a mistake, he says, I was wrong. When a loser makes a mistake, he says, it wasn't my fault. A winner works harder than a loser and has more time. A loser always says, I'm too busy to do what is necessary. A winner goes through a problem. A loser goes around it and never gets past it. A winner makes commitments. A loser makes promises. A winner says, I'm good, but not as good as I ought to be. A loser says, I'm not as bad as a lot of other people. A winner listens. A loser just waits until it is turn to talk. A winner respects those who are superior to him and tries to learn something from them. A loser resents those who are superior to him and tries to find chinks in their armor. A winner feels responsible for more than his job. A loser says, I only work here. And my favorite, the very last one, a winner says there ought to be a better way to do it, a way it's always been done here. And if you talk to anyone that's associated with ProPride, we literally change, and this isn't cliche at all, people. We change daily. We move daily. We are continually striving to better ourselves personally and in business. And I mentor and work with a lot of these young men. I don't know how they can put up with me, but every single week we have checks and balances, and we're continually striving forward. Isn't that right, Lazar?
100%. We live through that.
So that brings us to the quote walls. We went over that. To recap, do not forget to like, share, and comment on this episode, and you'll be entered in our $2,000 raffle. 2 entries you will receive if you post in a group. And Facebook only. Was told by our cameraman, Facebook only. not YouTube, is what they mean. So that brings us to, we need a thing to pop up. Can you pop up that crazy finance guy thing again? Pop it, there it is. So now we need one that says, bad jokes by Dave. So this week, it's actually a pretty good one. It's not a bad one. How do you find Will Smith? I'm sorry, hopefully you can pronounce, or you can understand that. How do you find Will Smith in the snow? You look for his fresh prints. Did you hit that laugh track there? All right. Lazar's getting good, isn't he? Did you get any more emails this week? No emails this week. We need more. And that's basically it this week. Don't forget the new jacks are out. Like, share, and comment. We have many more products coming at you. Stay in contact. If you need us, we are here for you. And I will see you next week at the normal time, whether you like it or not.
Hey, Brent here with ProPride Industries. Let's see if we got it lined up. So he's got a camera, so he can probably do a pretty darn good job. We've got our install complete here. We're all hitched up and we're ready to take off. Beautiful. I'm going to take you for a little bit of a ride.